Three games into the season, and Manchester United are already in a crisis. What happened to having a brilliant preseason, a great performance against Arsenal, all the great signings that we've made, a great brand new 200 million euro plus front three? All the great emotion and the optimism has just vanished into thin air after the crashing loss in the League Cup. Just three games into the season, and we are staring at the brink of a catastrophe. Really soak that in. Can you guys go back to 10 days, just 10, 12 days ago, and think about what you were feeling about this club? What were the prospects for this season? Wasn't this season going to be something that would help us build a process, build a system? The players would all be on one page. We weed out all the bad players with bad attitudes. And three games into the season, the narrative has completely shifted. People are calling for Amrim's head. Such is football. Such is football in 2025, where everything needs to happen today. It needs to happen here and now. And it is something that I'm really baffled by because I myself am a YouTube viewer, right? I'm a Manchester United fan who is on YouTube. I happen to follow so many people who talk about Manchester United, much, much bigger than me. Everybody was excited, everybody was hyped up. Now I see some people saying that Manchester United is not doing well enough and Ruben Amorim needs to get the sack because he was flipping through a few notes in his tactical guidebook. Now, what I'm trying to say, the whole purpose of this video is for you to really invite you to think whether we are probably going a little bit overboard with our criticism. This is Manchester United we're talking about, right? All these ex-players talking with each other and saying, do you Rio Ferdinand? I hear Rio Ferdinand talking about, hey Vidic, hey Vida, you think that could have been, allowed in our time? Hey, no, the gaffer would have done this, that. What's the point of all of that? Are we there yet? We've not come anywhere close to a league in 12 years now. And, you know, if you look at, content around Manchester United, which where you'll never find earth off, right? You there's a story popping up about Manchester United every 8 hours or every 12 hours. I'm very, very sure. If there's nothing intrinsically happening, I'm sure there must be a journalist waiting somewhere just to get hits, impressions, views, monetization, and all of that. And I really think, it is, yeah, things are bad. The results are bad. The performances are bad. But do we not trust the new regime? Probably not. Okay, I respect the people who do not trust the new regime. I respect the people who do not have their entire faith in the manager. We're a big fan base. Everybody is entitled to their opinions. And who's to say who's right? But what I'm trying to say is, are you being controlled? Is the narrative being controlled by the people? Back to my question, is the narrative being controlled by the press? Are being made to believe that things are worse than they are? Are we being a little too trigger happy in saying that Eminem is not the right person? Okay, he may not be, but who is? Who's going to be willing to come to a club and say that, okay, I'll take care of this club 3 games into a season, which has just been knocked out of a cup? I mean, can't we be real with ourselves? We're a building club. We need to trust the process. I know it's an overused term, it's a cliche, but we do. What other choice do we have? Can we throw money at the problem? We've tried doing that. It's clearly not working today. Do you think the signings of Cunha, Mbeumo, Sheshko, are all of those bad? Yeah, we've just been knocked out of a cup tie. Yes, we have. But it doesn't mean that we don't stand a chance. We everything that is happening with the club is wrong and things need a massive change. There has been a gradual change since the last 1 or 2 years. People like Garnacho, Rashford, Pogba, although Pogba left a while ago, but what I'm trying to highlight is the people who weren't uh, at the top level when it comes to mentality. They've been chucked out of the club. Sancho, how did I miss Sancho? What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to offer a new perspective, and what I'm not even trying to say that things are all, Manchester United is all about sunshine and rainbows at this point. We are going to win the FA Cup, we're going to finish in the top four. I'm not saying that. I think if we finish in the top eight, it'll be a great achievement. I really believe so. What we need to be doing is continuing with what we're trying to do. Back the manager a little bit, not pay heed to the narrative that has been thrown around. Amarim is so bad for looking into tactics. Yeah, that may not have been the best decision, but that is his way. When he was doing things at Sporting CP, you didn't seem to have a problem with that. And what do you think is a manager is not a magician? Is I think some great person said that. I think it was a Manchester United manager. He's not a magician. You can't expect him to change things around in a year or so. Has Amarim even completed 12 months at the club? Look, go back and read about the first season of Sir Alex Ferguson when he was a UCL winning coach or a manager who came into a Manchester United side. Look at the sort of flag that he got from the media and from Manchester United fans themselves. And we all know what happened after that. If you don't want to go that far back, go back to Klopp. How was his first season? How was Pep Guardiola's first season? Did he win anything there? Go back and check. If you don't want to go that far back, I'm saying, why don't you look at Ruben Amorim's first season at Sporting CP? It's a very interesting read, and you'll find a ton of videos about Ruben Amorim. When he was being scouted by Manchester United, people couldn't stop singing praises for Amorim. He picked up a club which didn't win a trophy, I think, for 19 years, whose dressing room was in a turmoil, their financial situation was bad, everything was bad. He endured through all of that. He had massive losses against their biggest rivals. But the club decided to endure with the person. They decided to endure with their own choice. And then he went on to really build a legacy there. I'll try to not keep this video too long. What I'm trying to say, I hope you get my point. I am still not saying that, Aminov is the greatest coach in the world. I'm saying he needs time. I think we all need time. The club needs time. We can't just hop on to every shiny manager out there, right? And say that, oh, he's the right guy. No, we already have the right guy. What we need is a system. We need proper management, which I would like to think we've gotten. We need a good coaching staff. We need a good training facility, which we've gotten again. We've got a good crop of quality, hungry players. We had quality before as well. But I think we have pretty much everything that it takes for us to be successful, for us to challenge for titles a couple of years later. If we, at this juncture, say that things are not working out, let's chuck the manager, let's go into a rebuild again, it's not how football clubs are run, it's not how great football clubs are run. Although one might argue that our club has always run like this for the last 12 odd years. But what I'm trying to say is, let's not get too caught up in this. Because if you really think about it, under Eric Ten Hag, didn't we pretty much face the very same situation against Coventry City, where I think we were 3-0 up and then we tied 3-3. We went to penalties and somehow snatched a win from the jaws of a embarrassing exit which we've just witnessed? Why did the narrative didn't shift as much? If you really look about it, think about it, there's just two penalties missed by our newest signings, which happens. Cunha play, played well. Mbuemo missed a penalty, and he was the one who scored a goal in open play. So, can you really blame them? Penalties are a toss, are a coin toss, right? Anything could happen. So, just because we've had a very, very embarrassing loss and it was a hard watch, but doesn't mean that we're in shambles to a point that has been made out. As Manchester United fans, I would really invite you to think that the road is longer than we thought. It's going to be a little more treacherous than we've been prepared for. We've been a little more delusional uh, with our feedback on the preseason and the first game. See, we're Manchester United fans. It comes with the title, right? We're supposed to be delusional. We're just so hungry to win again. Let the season pass, or at least let's give them half a season more, maybe. We've finished 15 last month, last year. I mean, how low can you go? There's only relegation, which is worse. So really think about it. Watch the performances. Probably believe a little, and really question things. Just don't take everything that comes your way, right? So that was the video, first video of the season. I hope you like it. I intend to be a little more regular, which I've been trying to say on this very channel for the last 3 years, but third time's the charm. Let's go. Glory, glory, Man United. See you. Bye bye.